The big learnings for me from Stand Up, Stand Out have been the discovery that I can stand up and stand out. It's difficult to explain, but it's you realise just how easy it is. Everybody thinks that presenting is really hard. That's what we're told it by senior presenters, even though in my own organisation. But what I found is just how easy it is. It is absolutely amazing.
I think the main thing for me was the confidence building without my knowledge. You know, it just sort of happens. Everyone's confidence was just growing and growing, and it was amazing.
The 2 days have been fantastic, and I've trained with David before, so I knew his style. But for me to spend another 2 days with him and with Steve McDermott, who I'd not worked with before, was just incredible. And I think the opportunity to work with two people who are real experts in their own craft, for me has been a real gift.
A really big one for me is the 3 peaks structure, because when I speak at a conference I've rather meandered through, and that's given me a real concrete structure that I can understand, that you build it up, and you talk about, then you build it up, and the beginning and the end. And I love that thing at the end of, you do all that stuff and then you say, Caroline Harvey, or Caroline Day, get the name right, Caroline Harvey, blah, is a way of really nailing it at the end. It was fantastic, absolutely.
On Stand Up, Stand Out, the biggest learnings for me have been actually a couple of things. The first thing is that there's far more to being a speaker than just what you say, as in your script or your delivery. It's about all the things that happen in the margins, all the things that you can't control necessarily, that on this course you learn to control. Things that go wrong, that may go wrong, heckling, I think from fire alarms to unusual circumstances. And for the very first time, I realised how to handle those things.
Well, my stand-up comedy history, I started doing it sort of properly 6 years ago, and after about 6 months I started doing really well. I won a competition on ITV, and I was offered a gig at the Comedy Store. Everything was going fantastic. Then all of a sudden I just completely lost my confidence, and so I just started gigging less and less and less and less, and then up until about 2 weeks ago I hadn't performed at all for about 2 years. Any comedy whatsoever. I'd done other stuff, acting jobs, but no comedy. I just completely lost my confidence, worried about hecklers. There was no major event, I just completely lost my nerve. So I started doing it again recently in a double act, and that's been going well. We've done about 6 gigs, and we're already being offered longer spots. We're doing quite well. But I was offered some solo spots again by the promoters that knew me, and I was just turning them down. And I never thought I'd get up on stage again on my own. Never, to be honest. Apart from, you know, acting jobs, things like that, where I'm not being myself. And the last 2 days I've just been getting up on stage, getting up in front of people, and, you know, I'm going to do a gig on Friday. So, you know, it's been brilliant. I haven't told anyone, you know, that I hadn't been performing for a while, because I didn't want to kind of go, oh, poor me sort of thing, but yeah, it's been quite life-changing.
I think this kind of training should be compulsory for everyone who speaks to other people in a professional setting, because we've all sat through ghastly, long, PowerPoint-based presentations, and it's just like another management skill, another communication skill. If this was compulsory in most organisations, we'd all be a lot happier, I think.
I think there's a couple of big learnings for me on this course. First is that anyone can become a great presenter. Secondly, that if you learn the basics, and this course teaches you those basics, that you can be an excellent presenter. And the great opportunity you have with this course is that you have 2 brilliant teachers. You have David Shephard, who's a master trainer of NLP, and you have Steve McDermott, who's a 3-time winner of the European speaking competitions. And between them, they have brought the essence, the best of their areas of specialism, and they're actually teaching that within the course. So I think it's a great opportunity for everyone.
I've been speaking professionally now for just under a year, but learning to speak hasn't just been around getting up on my feet and speaking. It's all the other things we have to know about being a speaker that I would never even considered prior to coming on this course.
And if you were going to describe the course in 3 words, what would you say?
3 words: fun, expert, and do it. It's 4 words.
Stimulating, fun, challenging.
This today is really about anything goes, and I'll throw in all the distractions and cope with it. Let's see your coping strategies, but I can build on those strategies. So I made a mistake, I can rewind and I can go again, and it's been absolutely phenomenal.